I really have something here for kids who tend to have some kind of sensory or behavior issues. Even for them, Putty is really helpful because we know many of these kids like to do things like banging, they really like to throw objects, or they really like different kind of sensory experiences related to touch, pressure, even mouthing issues. I would not really recommend if your kid has mouthing issues, tendency for oral stimming, putting things in the mouth which are inedible. So Putty is not a really good idea for those kids. But other than that, this is what I would recommend for the kid. So this is a very good way by which you can relax the child's feelings related to tension, frustration. If they're feeling overwhelmed by their surroundings, there is too much sensory stimulation that they really want to overcome, and it's a general play activity, so it's not really going to cause any harm to the child, harm to anyone else, and the child will be engaged very nicely. Rolling pin, making random cuts over there, which is such a good way to vent out your frustration. Other than this, you can ask the children to roll the putty so that they develop bilateral coordination and a good midline orientation as well. Once the putty is rolled, you can turn it as a stamping activity for them so that they learn to apply strength, but also it turns into a fun activity for them. Then the putty exercise can also be used to try to fit it in a container at the base. So to start with, a big container can be used. But later, a small space can be utilized where they have to try to fit it and then remove the extra part from it. By turning the putty into this kind of hot dog or a sausage, we can ask them to try to cut it like scissors with their fingers. Cut, 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 cut. This is such a fun activity to do. Never discourage your child if you see them trying to make something out of the putty. So, making a volcano, hollow from inside, and lava coming out, for which of course you can use a separate color. Or trying to turn it into something like a flower or a tree. Let them get as creative as they want to be, because this creativity and imagination is the root of how your child's creative thinking, the broadening of the mind, the abstract thinking is really going to improve. Giving them the putty in the pancake form and asking them to try to cut it with a knife where they learn stabilization, and giving them specific marks at which they have to cut it. And who does not like making cookies out of these putties? So use any kind of interesting shape and ask the child to pull out the extra putty, and well, there you go. They created the shape they like. So like this, putty can be created into as much of a fun activity as possible. The only thing that we need to learn is how to use it to your advantage. So let me know how this video was. Was it informative for you? Did you enjoy the overall content? And well, mention it in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel. It helps to grow my channel, and also I will keep posting videos about different ways in which you can work with children and adults. We'll meet again.